Hello, dear electrical students. Welcome to Electrical Power System lectures. Earlier, we have discussed about short transmission line, and today we are learn about further more and the different aspects of transmission line, which is medium transmission line. I am Manan Desai from Department of Electrical Engineering, Dr. Subhash Technical Campus, Junagadh. What are the learning outcomes? So after discussing this lecture, students will learn or able to understand about the different models of medium transmission lines. The first type of transmission line is end condenser method. So students will learn about end condenser methods, calculations, and its vector diagram. As you see here, the model of medium transmission line is shown in figure, which have capacitance C between them, and this is represented as a transmission line R plus JX. These are the sending end and receiving end. Now, what is medium transmission line? So we have earlier discussed that different types of transmission lines. That medium transmission line length is 80 kilometer and transmitting power at a relatively low voltage below 20 kV. The capacitance is too small that its effects can be neglected. However, the effects of shunt capacitance become more and more pronounced with the increase in the length and operating voltage at the time. So we have to consider the effect of capacitance. And so there are three ways to consider the effect of capacitance. First is end condenser method. Second is nominal pi method or split condenser method, we can say. And third one is nominal T method. Now, what is end condenser method? The capacitance of the line is assumed to be lumped at the load end. This is your load end, and this is a capacitor which connect in equivalent circuit as shown in figure. So in this method, capacitance of the line is assumed to be lumped. Lumped means capacitance affects several part of lines. So we have assumed a lumped or a single capacitor, which is cumulative effect of capacitance. Now let the load current per phase. Now the load current per phase IR lagging behind the load and the phase voltage VR by angle phi R. So if the load current is IR lagging and the voltage of VR is lagged by angle phi R, then what happens? Let resistance R and reactance X per phase and line be R and X ohms respectively. So Z is equal to R plus JX and capacitance per phase of the line is C farad. So how we can calculate? We can calculate it by second. Calculations are taking receiving end phase voltage and reference phasor. We have VR is equal to VR1 plus J0. VR is here and taking receiving end phase voltage as a reference phasor. So we have VR receiving end or load current IR. So IR is cos phi R minus J sin phi R. So there is a two part, cos and sin. active part and imaginary part. Now capacitive current IC means it is flown by capacitance which is connected at the end of the line. So capacitive current IC is equal to J VR omega C, and it is equal to omega means 2 pi f. So J is equal to 2 pi f C VR. So we have defined omega as a T 2 pi f. So we got IC. Now we got IR and IC both. Now sending end current IS. So which is sending end current IS is equal to summation of IR and IC. So IR means receiving end current plus IC means capacitive current. So IR means IR cos phi r minus J sin phi r. And what is IC? IC means, so we put the values here and we got IS. Now voltage drop. So ISZ, Z means R plus JX. So voltage drop is ISZ in the whole transmission line. Now ISZ is equal to, we can calculate it with IR cos phi r minus J sin phi r plus J 2 pi f CVR plus R plus JX. So we put the IS value here. So and after the calculation, IR IR cos phi r plus IRX sin phi r minus 2 pi f CVR plus J. So this is the active part and this is the active part or real part, and this J is imaginary part. And further more calculations. So ultimately we got the phase voltage at sending end Vs, VR plus ISZ. So for the successfully calculation, we got the IS means sending end current and sending end voltage. We have to calculate the terms IS and Vs. Transmission efficiency. After all calculations will be done, we have to calculate the transmission efficiency and percentage regulations. So percentage regulations is the regulation between no load to full load variations. So Vs minus Vr upon Vs. Vs is considered as a no load minus Vr is considered as a full load upon no load. So Vs minus Vr upon Vs into 100, which is percentage regulation. And transmission efficiency is power delivered per phase upon power delivered per phase plus line losses. So in this case, VR IR cos phi r means receiving end voltage into receiving end current into cos phi r upon VR IR cos phi r plus I S square R means it is IR losses, which we can say I square R losses into 100. So transmission efficiency. Now we understand vector diagram. What is vector diagram? In vector diagram, we observe the phase angle between two quantities, and what are the how voltage drop occurs. So starting from the reference, OA is a voltage to neutral at the receiving end. OD means it is a load current IR, okay, that lags behind the VR by phi r. Then df is sorry df is capacitive current IC that leads the receiving end voltage VR by 90 as a capacitive effect. Then OF means sending end current IS that flows through the line is the phasor sum of receiving end current IR and IC. So IR plus IC and the resultant vector is IS. So it is shown by OF. Now AB. What is AB? AB is a voltage drop. Simple voltage drop, IR losses. So we have notations as a S means it is sending end current into resistance ISR, and the reactive voltage drop ISX means reactive drop leads by 90 because inductive effect it is leading, so it is lead by 90. OC. OC means the resultant final resultant vector Vs. So it is sending end voltage Vs with the phasor sum of Vr. So this OA is a reference phasor Vr, and this is a resultant vector Vs after calculation of IR, IC, IS, then voltage drops. So ISR and ISX, it is cumulative, and after resultant it will be ISZ with the angle of phi s, and phase angle between the sending end and voltage Vs and sending end current Is, the sending end phase angle, and determines the sending end power factor. So this is a vector diagram we have studied, and now ABCD parameter of medium transmission line. So students, here we have conclude our this topic that this is an end condensation method, but it is not accurate method. So normally we are using T model or phi model for the medium transmission line calculation. So we are not going further in details for end condenser ABCD parameters. I hope you understand all the topics thoroughly. Thank you. Thank you very much.